Now at 10 o'clock, nurses in rural Utah says they face many challenges that sometimes can impact their ability to give adequate care to their patients.
A big issue here. Our Mackenzie Diaz spoke with nurses in far rural Utah. Mackenzie, what did you hear?
Yeah, well, nurse burnout is a huge issue in Utah now more than ever before, especially in rural areas where there is limited funding and other challenges. They're saying it's impacting their ability to give proper care.
Overworked, understaffed, and for some, underpaid. It's a reality for nurses across rural Utah, a reality Melissa Hinton knows all too well.
As a nurse in a rural area, you get whatever comes in the door.
University of Utah says 11 out of 29 of Utah's counties are considered rural. And in those areas, nursing shortages are becoming the norm.
It really is affecting our health care.
With over 30 years in the nursing field, Hinton says it's gotten worse since the COVID-19 pandemic. And in 2022, the American Nurses Association found that 52% of nurses considered leaving their current positions because of insufficient staffing, and burnout is a huge issue.
We just don't have enough help most of the time. So nurses are trying to pick up the pieces, and that is taxing when you are physically burdened. 12, 13-hour shifts, you go home and there's barely sleep time.
She says another concern is isolation in these rural areas, impacting both nurses and patients.
Has made it difficult for patients to have access to care, to have care in a timely fashion.
Nurses in rural areas often cover a wide region, they say, with little help.
Southern Utah area is my area, so I service anywhere from Beaver down and out in both directions.
Marissa Cortad is the director of nursing for Amazing Care Home Health. She says they have to turn patients away because they don't have enough staff.
For a lot of our patients, not having nurses to be able to go help them often means more frequent hospitalizations, longer hospitalizations, and typically by the time they get to the point where they're willing to be hospitalized, they're needing a lot more care.
And Dr. Judy Scott echoes that concern.
The biggest problem that they have out there is getting qualified people that will work and can deal with a variety of things.
Rural healthcare providers say they face other challenges like funding.
Rural organizations are typically smaller organizations. They don't have as much bargaining power for their insurance and their benefits, and so they're not able to offer the same level of benefit compensation as their urban counterparts are either.
Despite these challenges, Hilton believes there is a path forward.
If we can engage more nurses from our rural communities to send back to rural communities where their friends and their family are, then we have more successful nursing care there.